The election results are in, not the ones you're thinking of.
After a string of armed robberies in Columbia, police say a suspect is in custody.
And doctors worry about the e-cigarette trend. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
After 5 North Columbia armed robberies in 10 days, Columbia police have a man in custody. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Brittany Pieper. Last night, officers were dispatched on a shots fired call, which led to the search for 31-year-old Jafari Boss. KOMU 8's Jen Croft is live with the details of his arrest and the charges.
I'm outside the Columbia Police Department headquarters, where late last night, the Street Crimes Unit brought in 31-year-old Jafari Boss. He was arrested at the 900 block of Bernadette Drive after officers responded to reports of shots fired. Now, Boss is believed to be responsible for several armed robberies in North Columbia this month, including a gas station, a motel, and several restaurants. He's facing charges including robbery, armed criminal action, and even multiple counts of kidnapping from those robberies when he took hostages. Now, the Criminal Investigations Division, Vice Narcotics and Organized Crimes, as well as the Street Unit are all currently investigating Boss further. Now, police say that at some times he was acting alone, but at other times there were up to 2 additional people with him. I'll keep you updated with more throughout the night. Reporting live from Columbia, Jen Croft, KOMU 8 News.
The first robbery was at the Speedy Mart on December 3rd, the next at Budget Host Inn on Vandiver Drive on December 5th, then the Denny's on Nip Street the following day. The robbers hit Weeby Smokin' on December 8th, and this past Saturday, 3 suspects robbed the China Moon restaurant on Providence. Boss has pleaded guilty to 2 other charges in the past. In 2010, he pleaded guilty to armed robbery, and in 2011, domestic assault.
The November midterm election costs are in. How much does it cost each Mid-Missouri taxpayer? A Target 8 investigation looks at the value of the vote. KOMU 8's Mark Bergen is here in the studio with the results.
I gathered data from 3 counties, Boone, Cole, and Callaway. I looked at how many people voted, what an election costs, and why those costs likely won't go down soon.
The November 4th election drew lower voter turnout than the November elections in 2012 and 2010, which isn't surprising considering open Missouri U.S. Senate positions in 2010 and 2012. 2012 also marked a presidential election. Specifically, in Boone County, the number of ballots cast this year was significantly lower than the previous 2 general elections.
Our highest turnout is November of a presidential year. Everybody's out voting then. They come out and they vote in November.
But it costs counties throughout Mid-Missouri more than you might think for each ballot cast. We looked at 3 Mid-Missouri counties and compared voter turnout numbers with the total cost to counties to run each election.
In the November 2014 election, it cost Boone County about $5.14 per vote, which is slightly more than the cost of a gallon of milk.
Comparatively, the cost per ballot cast in Boone County is more expensive than Cole County, but cheaper than Callaway County. However, the cost per ballot cast doesn't concern one county clerk as much as replacing old federally mandated technology required for elections.
Most of it was designed in the early 1990s, so it's not state-of-the-art equipment.
Noren says counties must find a way to replace touchscreen audio ballots and scanners used to count paper ballots. The federal government provided the equipment for Missouri counties in 2006. Hubbard echoed many of Noren's concerns.
That's when a lot of the changes were made, and the lifespan on those machines was, I think, about 10 years. And we're reaching that point and to where we're all starting to wonder, how we're going to pay for new equipment.
Hubbard and Noren say they are unsure where they will receive funding to replace the machines, which will cost each county more than $150,000, potentially driving up election costs even more.
I always say, whether you've paid for it, whether you show up or not, we've had to set up the infrastructure so if everybody does show up, we've got you covered.
I think perhaps if people realized how much it cost, they would maybe be more involved.
We've put a lot of interactive information on our website for you. For example, you can check out the cost of elections for the 3 mid-Missouri counties I examined for the general elections in 2014, 2012, and 2010. For more information on the cost per ballot in your county from the November elections, go to KOMU.com.
Local doctors are worried about a new trend facing teenagers nationwide. New information released today says more and more underage youth are choosing e-cigarettes. KOMU8's Shay McAllister joins us in the studio with what doctors say about how they may be choosing them for the wrong reasons.
E-cigarette use is a growing trend in all age groups, but local doctors say teenagers choosing the vapor products is especially concerning. Vapor products are featured again and again as a smoking alternative, and local doctors say a big part of it is false information.
There's a perception out there that e-cigarettes are safe or don't have any health harms.
But according to Everett, that isn't reality.
There's a lot we don't know about those products because we haven't witnessed people using them for long periods of time. But initial studies looking at the ingredients in the vapors are definitely showing that there are harmful chemicals in there.
Even more harmful is the age group now flocking to them.
We have seen a tremendous increase in youth using vapor products, e-cigarettes.
Everett says there are still some unknowns, but that one thing is for certain.
Addicted as an adolescent is particularly challenging because the adolescent brain is just more susceptible to addiction.
And with a new policy in place in Columbia forbidding businesses from selling tobacco or vapor products to people under 21, Everett says the city is on the right track.
We're going to take that source away, and that's what is going to reduce tobacco use in our city.
I did talk to some vapor shop employees who said that their customers actually tend to be 21 and older, so they don't expect the new policy to affect their business very much.
Jefferson City and Cole County marked the completion of a multi-million-dollar road improvement project today. Chamber of Commerce members, Cole County leaders, and business owners were on hand for the ribbon cutting for Business 50 West in the Apache Flats neighborhood. Cole County Public Works made improvements to storm drains, cracked sidewalks, and broken pavement. Engineers say they added other improvements as well.
The road surface, it was a rough ride, and like I said, the drainage was a problem. I think the biggest change that people are going to see is the pedestrian access.
The project's price tag is about $3.5 million. It's one of the largest improvements ever in Cole County.
For some mid-Missourians, today's snow meant a nice view for their morning commute. For others, though, it meant a more difficult drive than originally expected. Earlier this morning, the snow was falling during the morning rush hour, and the roads were definitely a little slick. Many cars were left on the side of the highways and in ditches, backing up traffic for miles. Going forward, the Columbia Fire Department suggests drivers slow down and allow more time for travel when there's winter weather. Authorities reported 13 car accidents between 4:30 and 9 this morning caused by snow in Boone County and Columbia. The MoDOT traveler map showed most roadways running through Columbia as partially covered in snow. That includes Highway 63 and I-70. One semi-truck headed north on Highway 63 slid on the slush, launched into the grindstone exit ramp, then jackknifed into the median between the highway and the exit. At this point, officials say no vehicles have been seriously damaged and no one was seriously hurt.
The snow has moved out of the area. Let's send it over to Kenton for a check of the forecast.
Jim and Brittany, the roads were definitely a bit of an issue here this morning. Luckily, as the day went on and we saw that snow stop right around noon, they've had a chance to, dry off a little bit. Most roads are looking a lot clearer now, and we're not expecting any more snow for the rest of your night. You can see just a lot of cloud cover there on satellite and radar, maybe a stray flurry, but no more accumulation expected. Looking at visibility, not terrible right now either. You can see pretty well in Columbia and Jefferson City as you go down to the Lake of the Ozarks, though. They're seeing a little bit of mist, a little bit of fog out there. We are going to see some fog form as we head into your late night hours and closer to sunrise tomorrow. Temperatures right now still right around that freezing mark as they have been really since last night at this time. 33 right now in Columbia, 34 in Jefferson City, and that's not going to change as we head into your next couple hours as well. Coming up after the break, I'll have a look at some viewer photos you sent in and that 8-day forecast.
A New York girl receives a gift on national television. The gift's Mid-Missouri connection in about 9 minutes.
And as we go to break, wave the magic wand. It's a look at the magic tree on Columbia's west side.
I want to give you a scholarship to come to Stevens College. We'll take care of everything.
Christmas came a little early for a homeless New York teen.
This gift will probably last longer than any other present she's ever received. KOMU-8's Rachel Whittle is here in the studio. How a Mid-Missouri college made this happen.
Dominique Victor is a 14-year-old girl who lives with her mother at a New York homeless shelter. But today, with help from an alumna connected to the Today Show, Stevens College in Columbia offered her the opportunity to become a college grad at no cost.
We're proud of you.
Thank you so much, Dean.
A gift that will keep on giving.
I never ever thought that I would be getting a scholarship. Like, this means a lot to me.
Stevens College worked with NBC's Today Show to present a full-ride scholarship to Dominique Victor, a homeless New York teen in only 8th grade.
She is an incredibly good student. She's an incredibly hard worker. She serves as a role model for the other children in the shelter. She's just an extraordinary young woman.
Stevens College President Diane Lynch says she could not say no to the opportunity to help, but she had to have a plan.
When we said yes immediately, we stopped and said, but what will that require? And what it requires is not just a commitment financially that we will provide her an opportunity to attend Stevens. It requires a commitment that we bring her along.
That means Lynch will bring Dominique to Stevens starting this summer to participate in one of its many programs.
We have a film camp and a fashion camp and an equestrian camp and a music and theater camp through trips. And we have a whole new set of science camps, and she's interested in the sciences.
She will attend every summer until she graduates high school, where she's expected to keep her grades up until college admission. Along with tuition, room, and board, Stevens will also provide Dominique with amenities like a computer and television. Another surprise during Dominique's Today Show visit was improvements made to the homeless shelter where she and her mom stay.
Rachel, thanks. That's a great story. A new MU Athletics Hall of Fame class announced today.
Find out which former Tigers will be inducted next in sports.